Hello, I'm Hannah Wallace and welcome to Finextra TV. Today we're in The Hague for the Temenos Community Forum 2019, the theme of which is Digital Banking Reloaded. Joining me now in the studio is Dharmesh Mistry, Chief Digital Officer at Temenos. Hello Dharmesh, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now we're talking about conversational banking, so to set the scene really, can you tell us what is conversational banking and is it just chatbots?
I mean, I think most people will experience conversational banking through chatbots initially. We are seeing people like Capital One, etc., experimenting with things like Siri. We'll see more next year, I think, with Samsung launching an updated version of Bixby. So, it's not just about chat and texting, it is also about voice. But, what I love about technology is it's highly inclusive, right? So there's even you can apply conversational banking even to sign language. So there are people that provide, a technology that understands sign language to create conversational banking for those as well, right?
So it's not just an extension of sort of internet and mobile, it's another option?
No, so this is, I think, the big difference about conversational banking. It's a two-way thing, right? Internet and mobile banking, you go to the app, whether it's on your phone or your desktop, and then you do your banking, right? It gives you information back about your account. There's no conversation as such. It's just a response to any request that you made. Now, conversational banking, on the other hand, is just like you and I are discussing at the moment, right? If you need a bit more information, you'll ask me for that additional information. So conversational banking is much more natural to us. We don't have to learn the menus, the terminology of the bank. We can just use the language that we're used to, right? So that's a major benefit in its own right. The other thing about it is that it doesn't have to be restricted to the basic transactions that you would have done on your mobile and internet banking. You can treat it almost like walking into the branch and being able to ask any question about your financial services if the bank supports it. Yeah.
So you've definitely touched on the benefits there, but if you could sort of list them, what are the benefits for banks and their customers as well?
I mean, from a customer perspective, it's much easier to use. We all talk, right? So, or use sign language. So it's a natural interface for us. We can do it privately, so this is where I think sometimes the voice may not play so well, but certainly chat you can do wherever you want to, right, and whenever you want to. And then also from a customer perspective is that you should see from banks a much broader set of services than you would have tried to, if you try to cram everything that a bank can do into a mobile app, there's too many menu choices, it's too difficult to kind of navigate. From a customer perspective, now you can do everything that you would have done if you'd walked into the branch, right? And you might have had to see 3 or 4 different people, and now you can do it through a single interface in exactly the same way for any request. Now from the bank perspective, when people went to the internet and the mobile, they in effect kind of lost the customer because they weren't seeing them, they weren't able to try to sell to them easily, right? Now in a conversation, part of the response could be, okay, I just see you paid this bill, you're about to go overdrawn, how about taking out a loan which we pre-approved you? They're back in the conversation, right? This is a massive benefit for banks, right? Is that we can draw back in the customer and, it's not always about selling, it's about retaining the customer, it's about driving loyalty, it's about creating advocacy. All of that is possible through a conversational interface. And I think this is probably the most exciting development for banking today.
Sure, so it's not just the customers benefiting, it's the banks as well?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the bank, for the bank, this really gets them back into the driving seat in terms of owning customer relationships.
Dharmesh, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Perfect, thank you.
And thank you for watching.